Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Justin Golston, and I'm going to spend a few minutes discussing just-in-time and lean systems. So, just to provide you with a little bit of background on these concepts, on these philosophies, just-in-time, the objective of just-in-time and lean is to reduce waste. These philosophies were first introduced by Toyota in Japan in the 1970s, where they were seeing a lot of wasteful activities. They were seeing a lot of wasteful products from a raw materials perspective when they were producing cars. Now, outside of the manufacturing and production industry, the late great Dr. Jack Welch, if you're familiar with Jack Welch, yes, he did have a PhD. He popularized this lean just-in-time philosophy within leadership, within the executive leadership roles, where he wanted to transfer this across different industries, across different disciplines. Now, I often implement just-in-time and lean within healthcare environments, and we will discuss some of those examples shortly. So, so the lean philosophy is all about the reduction of waste. It's all about getting the right quantity of products to the right place in the right time. It's also getting the right people in the right quantity in the right place at the right time. And it goes outside of this focus of inventory management, and just in time will also look at the entire organization, not just production, not just the departments that have inventory concern within that department. Again, it also includes the people as well. So whenever we say that just in time is built on simplicity, we want to reduce waste. We want to only focus on non-value added activities. And once we have identified those activities, once we have eliminated that waste, we want to make that process transferable to different departments within the organization, as well as outside of our organization to our business partners. So if we frame this within a healthcare environment, if we have found an efficient way to serve patients, if we have reduced the number of steps to serve patients, we want to make that simple and transferable to first shift, second shift, and third shift. We want to make that transferable to different departments within the hospital. We want to make that transferable to different floors of a hospital. And we want to make that transferable to all other facilities within our healthcare network. Okay. Now, also within lean and just in time, we always strive for continuous improvement. And you will also see continuous improvement referred to as Kaizen. Kaizen is Japanese for continuous improvement. And going back to Jack Welch, he always had this saying of you need to find a better way every day. You know, although GE, General Electric, was identified as one of the most powerful organizations in the world during his time as CEO, he still wanted to say, we can get better, we can get better, we can get better. And that's all about continuous improvement. Just in time and lean is all about visibility. Given that we have a heavy reliance on signals, which we will talk about shortly, visibility is key, and we want our processes to be visible so that we understand very quickly where our bottlenecks are, so we can eliminate those bottlenecks. And then we also need to be flexible. You will also see that referred to as agile, in that we want to adapt to changes. Yes, we want to keep things simple. Yes, we want to keep things standardized, but those simple standardized processes also need to be flexible. Because if we implement these value added activities across our network, because of the work environment, because of different aspects, we may need to make slight changes. So that's where that flexibility comes in. So with just in time and lean, there are three elements that make up just in time and lean. It is the just in time manufacturing. So that goes back into the Toyota example, where we want to eliminate wastes throughout the entire process. Again, whether that's movement, whether that's transportation, whether that's people, whether that's raw materials. We want to reduce waste, and we only want to contribute value added activities from a customer perspective. We only want to focus on activities that provide value to our customers. In a hospital, we only want to focus on activities that provide value to our patients. In terms of total quality management, it is important to note that total quality management is not only the responsibility of the quality management department. It is everyone's responsibility throughout the organization. And then also with respect for people, it's always my thought that, without the people you don't have a business. Without the people you can't serve your patients if you're in a hospital. So the just in time lean philosophy is all about the respect for people, getting their input, and getting the voice of the customer so that you can improve upon your processes. So we talked about that we only want to focus on value added activities when we're discussing just in time manufacturing, and some concepts that will lead to that is going to be the inventory reduction. So again, if we provide transparency, if we provide visibility into our processes, we can easily see which processes, which products do not provide value. Also, we have what we call Kanbans. So we're going to talk about Kanbans shortly, where Kanbans are essentially pull systems. So we're going to talk a lot about that within the text, within the OA and the PA, where pull systems means that you're going to be reactive. I always say that I depend upon my system to tell me when I need products. That's a pull system. That's the opposite of a push system. For a push system, I'm being proactive in anticipating how much inventory I need. I'm being proactive in anticipating how many nurses I need for a particular shift. So I know some of you may be familiar with forecasting how many nurses you need. You may be familiar with forecasting how many products you need in your stores room, in your inventory room, within your hospitals or within your organization. That's the push system. That's where you're being proactive in anticipating the people you need or the inventory you need. So the Kanban and the pull system is going to be very important as we go through this lean just in time discussion. So if you refer to your PowerPoints, you will see an example of a pull system, of a just in time system. And so given that we talked about Kanbans, you'll say Kanbans, I say Kanban. So you'll also have different flavors of Kanbans. So I always use the 2-bin system. So this 2-bin Kanban, and in one of the presentations that I make, I always say that we can look at a Kanban as a 2-bin system. So if I have flu vaccines, I purchase 2 cases of flu vaccines at a given time. Once I run out of that first case, that is my signal, that is my trigger that I need to order a replenishment case. As I begin to use up that replenishment case, that third case shows up just in time, just when I need it. So that's how this just-in-time model, that's how this just-in-time approach, that's how this Kanban system works. So a 2-bin system is one example. Another example, we're going to use Kanban cards, where we'll have a Kanban board to tell us when it's time to order more product. It's a signal. It's a signal to the purchasing department to tell them when it's time to order more product. So that's where these Kanban cards come in. That's where these Kanban boards come in. Also, you'll see what we refer to as electronic Kanbans, where you'll have an electronic Kanban card that will show that will alert the purchasing department that it is time to order. Again, it's being reactive into when it's time to order product. So again, with the respect for people, with the increased visibility of just-in-time and lean, we are able to provide visibility into where we can reduce waste. So in other chapters, you're going to see discussions on process diagrams, process mapping, and value stream mapping. And with these visualizations, with these processes, that is where we can see very quickly where our bottlenecks are. We can see very quickly where our non-value activities are. And where lean and just-in-time come in is that we need to eliminate those non-value added activities. So I would think that as we close out this concept of lean, the most important thing with lean and just-in-time is that it's a pull system. A pull system where you rely on the system to tell you when it's time to bring in more employees, more nurses, when it's time to bring in more inventory. A pull system is also important to reduce cost and to reduce inventory and overhead. Again, with the push system, this push system is this forecasting system. It is where we're going to anticipate when we need product. We're going to anticipate when we need nurses. And it's very important to understand the differences between pull, we're being reactive, and push, where we're being proactive and we're using forecasting models. So if you have any questions in terms of just-in-time and lean, please reach out to your course instructors and have a great day, night, or evening.